Airbnb is suing New York City. Securities and Exchange Commission sued crypto exchange Coinbase. And Apple revealed their $3,499 headset to replace desktop computers. All of these in this week's weekly business briefs. First up, Airbnb sues New York City over short-term rental restrictions. According to Reuters, Airbnb last Thursday filed a lawsuit against New York City over a new law called a de facto ban against short-term rentals set to go in effect in July, which the company says will limit the number of people who can host rentals in the city. City councils around the United States are increasingly introducing ordinances to regulate short-term rentals. Some of them required hosts to obtain licenses and pay registration fees or limit short-term rentals in business districts. The law, according to the filing, will make it more difficult for hosts to do business, requiring them to register with New York City Mayor's Office of Special Enforcement, the OSE, and to certify that they will comply with the maze of complex regulations for zoning, multiple dwellings, law and housing maintenance code, as well as construction code. Man, New York, you gotta love the bureaucracy. The short-term rental company is requesting that the court blocks the enforcement of Local Law 18 OSC application reviews will ensure that only a minuscule number of hosts will ever be granted a registration. Whoa, that is a blow for Airbnb hosts in the city of New York for short-term rental investors. The mayor's office said it will review the lawsuit. Airbnb said that in the first week of July, more than 5,500 short-term rentals are reserved to be hosted, more than 10,000 guests in New York City. In the filing, a previous law, which went into effect in 2021, prompted 29,000 hosts to leave the short-term rental market in New York. The number of short-term rental listings available in the city increased 27% year over year in April of 2023, but listing counts are 32% below 2019 levels, according to the short-term rental analytics company AirDNA. Okay, so I'm originally from New York City, and I know a few investors. I know a few big investors in the city. And man, I got to tell you, you can't pay me to go in New York. And this is the reason why, because of the overregulation. You can't pay me to go and invest in New York City. And the reasoning is because of this, the overregulation. It's like they push, with all of this overregulation, it pushes investors and entrepreneurs to go in there and play, right? And put our money in there. It's just a tough city to do business in. And guys, if this goes through and you're an Airbnb investor in the city, this is going to have a major, major impact on your business. In other news, SEC sues Coinbase over exchange and staking programs. Stock drops 12%, reported by the CNBC. The Securities and Exchange Commission sued crypto exchange Coinbase in New York City court on Tuesday morning, alleging that the company was acting as an unregistered broker and exchange, demanding that the company be permanently restrained and enjoined from continuing to do so. Shares closed down 12% on Tuesday. Coinbase stock had already fallen 9% on Monday after the SEC unveiled charges against rival crypto exchange Binance and its founder, Changpeng Zhao. These trading platforms, they call themselves exchange, are commingling a number of functions, SEC Chair Gary Gensler said in CNBC Tuesday. We don't see the New York Stock Exchange operating a hedge fund. Gensler continued. Coinbase flagship prime brokerage exchange staking programs violate securities laws, the regulator alleged in its complaint. The company has years defied the regulatory structure and evaded the disclosure requirements of the U.S. securities law. The SEC has alleged that at least 13 crypto assets available to Coinbase customers were considered crypto asset securities by the regulator. These assets include Solonas, SOL token, Cardano's token, and Protocol Labs and Filecoin token. Now, Coinbase and crypto. Again, here comes the government trying to get in and regulate something that, in my opinion, this is just my opinion. Here's the government, here's the SEC coming in, wanting and desiring to regulate something that they can't control. I'm a believer that when people have crypto And by the way, I don't own crypto. I'm not a crypto guy, but I do see the value in crypto. When the population, the mass population has crypto, they're no longer dependent on the government's means of exchange. And here comes the government mingling and wanting to overregulate. Of course, they have the reasons. I don't know the full story. I'm giving you my thoughts based on a 50,000 foot view. Again, I don't know all the details, but this is based on what I see and what I've read. This is what my thoughts on it. Lastly, Apple unveils its new play to make VR headsets. According to the Morning Brew, Apple CEO Tim Cook unveiled the $3,499 Vision Pro yesterday at the company's annual Worldwide Developers Conference. The presentation claimed the mixed reality headset, which accommodates both AR and VR, will be the most advanced personal electronic device ever. Wow, this is exciting, man. Apple is just Apple and technology is just moving so fast, and this is exciting. I'm actually going to go into one of the stores this weekend and into one of the Apple stores this weekend and check that out and play with it. Apple is positioning the headset to replace desktop computer cluttered workspaces with an infinite canvas of virtual screens that hover over the field of view. Users can navigate with just their eyes, hands, and voice. The Vision Pro boasts an enormous virtual screen through lenses with more pixels than 4K TV for each eye. Wow. A new feature called EyeSight will keep users' eyes visible through the display most of the time. What are your guys' thoughts on the new Apple Vision Pro? Would you buy them? Can it replace your everyday desktop? Man, this is hard to imagine. Leave your thoughts and comments below and let's discuss it. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna go and check it out. I'm gonna go play with this thing at the Apple Store and see how it is. And this has been your weekly business brief in under 1 minute. I'll see you guys next week. Peace out.